with full coverage of the Auburn Tigers,
Touchdown, Auburn!
the Alabama Crimson Tide,
Off to the inside, intercepted Alabama. Touchdown!
and everything college and high school sports. Now, let's join Andy, Brett, Randy, and Luke for this edition of SportzBlitz Live.
We're not a signal.
Yeah, well, you better be ready. Here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome into this edition of SportzBlitz Live, presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air. Brett Pritchard and Luke Robinson here with you for 2 hours on this Tuesday evening. Glad that all of you joined us out there, wherever it is that you might be tuning us in, and always good to be back on the air for another edition. JR Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air, our two corporate partners on this program. Couldn't do it without them. Just kind of to get things started on tonight's show in this local area. Obviously, the breaking news around here is Coach Aubrey Blackwell will step down at Benjamin Russell High School, and he'll be taking a job out of state. He will not be in the state of Alabama. He'll be moving on to Jackson Academy over in Jackson, Mississippi. And, you know, from a Benjamin Russell standpoint, I hate to see Coach Blackwell move on after just 1 year. Really felt good about what he brought to the table and the energy that he brought to the program, and coming off of 5 years at Montgomery Catholic and then coming over to Benjamin Russell. Now he will go back into the private sector in another state. So, you know, we wish Coach Blackwell nothing but the best as he moves on. He did a really good job of getting some things acclimated here at Benjamin Russell, getting the kids stronger, making the program better. Won 3 of his last 5 games to end the season, really gained some momentum. Got a lot of talent on this team coming back this coming year, so I'm looking forward. Now Benjamin Russell will turn its focus to finding their next football coach, and you know, that's what happens in this business. You know, guys move on, and it's tough for a lot of people, and it's changed. But you know, give it 48 hours, you move on, and I've already heard a lot of people that are interested in this job. Of course, when a job like Benjamin Russell opens up a middle-sized 6A school, it's going to garner a lot of interest. And you know what? I don't know right now. I don't know of any particular names that would be in the fold. The job opened today. So just like the last time, there'll be a lot of good applicants, and they'll form a committee, Luke, and they'll get the process going. So.
Look, all you can do is all you can do, right? I
Right.
mean, you hate to sort of be so cliche about it that it just is what it is. The problem is, to me, it's beginning to look like you're cursed a little bit, and I think that's where it's bothersome. That you know, Blackwell stays. He was here 1 year, right?
Right.
1 year, and then he's gone sort of in the dead of night. We can say what we want to about it, but it caught everybody off guard.
Sure.
And he sort of leaves on a whim almost, it seems like. The previous coach to that was a guy who loved Benjamin Russell, but it didn't work out. He wasn't getting the results. The coach before that ended up leaving to go back to his old stomping grounds, which, again, all of these can be excused as one-offs.
Right.
But I think the problem becomes – hey, well, why aren't we in Kevin Smith's case, it's a little bit different. He would have stayed – he would have been a lifer, you know.
Probably, yeah.
But why can't we keep some of these good coaches we have, like a Danny Horn? I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, I think I'll just pump the brakes a little bit on that. I don't know that – I wouldn't go so far to say the program's cursed. I really – look, I don't really want to call certain programs out in the state that – and I talked to – my phone has exploded in the last 24 hours. And so it's just a couple of conversations. I won't reveal names, Luke. It's just one guy said, look, sometimes you think you have the right person. The right person thinks he is at that job. It don't work out. And you don't know who that next guy is who comes in, and that is the fit. And you do have a guy that stays for 5, 7, 8 years. And it's very uncommon now in this business to see anybody stay more than about 5 years anywhere. The goal is to find somebody that will want to stay and build a program. I hate it for Coach Blackwell, and I hate it for Benjamin Russell that he felt like after 1 year. And look, I don't know this for a fact. Very close to Coach Blackwell. We had a lot of conversations. You know, he leaves a private school, comes to a public school for the first time 1 year, and he's back at a private school. Seems to me like maybe he likes the private sector better. And sometimes you don't know that if you're coming out of private until you go test the waters. It's like some coaches in college say, I'm ready to go to the NFL. Saban, Spurrier, those guys, outstanding coaches, they get there and they go, really not what I want. I'm going to go back to college. So, and that's all hypothetical stuff. I'm throwing that out there.
It makes sense, though.
Right,
and
right.
You're right. It's if you who was it? Jerry Faust was a great high school coach, a world-renowned high school coach. He goes to Notre Dame, and he flops, and forever he's labeled as a joke when actually he was a heck of a high school coach.
Absolutely.
And some people –
Doug Barfield.
Doug Barfield, great high school coach.
Absolutely.
Terrible college coach. It's okay.
Right.
Again, as you mentioned, Saban and Spurrier, we know they're legends. Spurrier really hit the skids with it. Saban was pretty mediocre. And it's difficult to make that transition sometimes. So,
and it's more than what just goes on the field. And
agreed.
Practice.
And again, I'm not looking. I mean, we can excuse away each one of these.
Oh,
I'm not saying
right.
excuses. I'm saying
Right.
you can excuse each one of these.
Right.
But the problem becomes then you look at it. We can spin it however we want to. In the last 5 years, we've had 3 coaches, maybe 6 years. I'm not sure 100%.
Well, Coach Smith was here for 3 years, and Coach Blackwell was
one, and Horn was there. So 3 coaches in 5 years. We're about to have our 4th in 5 years.
But a coach that was there 9 previous, though.
I hear you. Yeah. I'm just –
most of the coaches that have been at Benjamin Russell have been long timers.
Agreed.
And so I do think we've entered a different age now where it's not shocking to see a guy move on after a couple years or 1 year or whatever and kind of go around the horn. So we'll just kind of watch and see how it plays out. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, go ahead. You're on SportzBlitz Live. Go ahead, caller.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
We got you, man.
I think not sure that was a.
Yeah.
I have no idea what was going on there.
Boy, he waited a long time. If that was a prank. He needs more stuff to do.
But here's the deal. I think you look at Gus Malzahn. You know, there could be something along that lines that you have a guy that was a big-time high school coach, actually had some success, really went to the top of the mountain, almost won a national championship. But, you know, Gus Malzahn, as Patrick just said, great high school coach, kind of a mediocre college coach at the end of the day. So that's kind of what you deal with. There's a lot of things that you can look at from different perspectives, and at the end of the day, people have to make a decision that's best for them and their family. And there'll be great applicants that will apply for this job again. And, you look at Alabama, went through a stretch of guys until they got Nick Saban, and then it stuck. You don't quit trying. You keep going, and you keep trying to get people to buy in, and then
you hope that you stumble upon the right guy.
Right.
But, I mean, that's the way – I'm telling you from an Alabama perspective, things look kind of that way. It's almost and you hate to make some comparisons like this. I know people are going to, take it whatever, but you had sort of your own Mike Dubose.
Right.
And then you had sort of your own Mike Price, which I would equate this to almost being like a Mike Price situation. He probably would have been a good coach if he'd been there.
Right.
But he wasn't there.
Right.
I mean, he wasn't there. And then you have it just seems like you're never going to get it right. Then you have Franchione leave on his own.
Right.
It seems like you're never going to get it right. And it's frustrating. I do not envy the people trying to make this next hire because you've got to feel burned a little bit.
Yeah, well, you do. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, after you bring a guy in that you feel like, had just come off of a state championship appearance and wanted to, move here and try to, be a coach at a 6A high school in public schools, and it just for whatever reason, didn't work out. So he makes the decision to take another job at a private school.
Caller, on the air. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Oh, am I on?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I just wanted to say that I understand that the times are changing, but I got a child that plays in Bill Russell, and he talked all this, oh, we're a family, we're this. I understand that times have changed, but to me, that was just a punk way out of everything. He just up and left the kids high and dry right before the spring started. And I have already heard rumors that he was leaving. He could have manned up and said it instead of waiting at the last minute right before the kids were supposed to have their first practice and telling them. I don't care if it is a new day. What he did was dead wrong. And in the past, Bill Russell passed up candidates more qualified than him. When they hired Kevin Smith, they could have had Clifford Story from the net, but I guess his resume wasn't good enough. And they can talk all they want to. I just don't understand it.
Hey, listen.
We're behind the 8 ball, and we don't.
Well, actually, Coach Story. Actually, let me go back. Coach Story actually pulled his name out of the hat. I read the letter.
I'm talking about not the last time. I'm talking about when they hired Coach Smith.
Okay, I got you. I read the letter from Coach Story. I mean, Coach Story is a phenomenal candidate, and I would love for him to apply again. So I hear you. I mean, Coach Blackwell had a good resume. I think it was a good choice. You can't see the future. When you hire somebody, your hopes are they're going to be there for a while. And when I say a while, at least I'm thinking 5 years. That's to give somebody a chance to really build a program. And I hear all what you're saying. Look, I'm not saying it's a good look when you leave the day of spring football practice when it's supposed to start. So I hear you. I totally agree with what you're saying on some aspects of that. And, the world of coaching and the world of athletics is a precarious thing. And a lot of times, coaches try to get people to buy into their philosophy and all that. And when they leave, it definitely hurts the kids and it hurts the people around them. And it hurts the supporters of the program. But what I want to send a message to is our kids are going to be just fine. We're going to go out, and the administration at Benjamin Russell is going to form a committee to find who they think will be the next best coach to lead this program. And I've got faith that they'll do that.
Yeah, like I said, I understand all that, but just last week he was on the show with Caleb talking all this, and this has been in the works for a while because people aren't dumb, because I had already heard that Coach Lacey and some other coaches were leaving, and you put the dots together. This ain't just started. This has been going on for a few weeks now.
Look, I feel like you have every right to be frustrated. It's one of those things that, look, it's another sign of the times to me in the sense that, this is why every time that I hate the idea of the transfer portal for kids in college, I see something like this, and I'm like, you're absolutely right. He did leave everybody high and dry, especially those kids. Now, he did what was best for his family, which we also have to respect. He did what he wanted to do and made his own decision, which we have to respect. But these things aren't mutually exclusive. We can say, hey, you got to do what's best for your family and still be hurt for the kids he left behind the same time.
No doubt.
And I feel like that's where this thing is because, frankly, if I were a kid on that team or if I were the parent of a kid on that team, and it sounds like you are, I'd be extremely upset. I would be really upset because it's a big-time choice now to decide to play football, and you want to play for a coach that's going to have your back and that's going to keep his word, and you feel like he didn't do that. I'm just saying that's how I would feel too, so I get it.
Yeah, they always talk about the players and them transferring. That's why they always, the kid ought to sit there and tough it out. So the coach ought to sit there and respect his commitment. The bottom line is he figured out that I can't win at Ben Russell. I'm going to go where I can recruit players, and I know I can guarantee myself to win. Because I'm looking at, if he was such a great coach, I see Catholic didn't miss a beat when he left. They kept rolling.
Hey, we appreciate the phone call, buddy. I certainly do.
Yeah, no doubt.
You, okay?
Appreciate you.
All right, I appreciate y'all.
Thank you so much. And look, give us a call. Again, there is no right situation here. I mean, when when a coach decides to leave, I don't know if there's such thing as a perfect time. If you maybe after a season, right after the season is the best time to do it if you're going to do it. In May, right now, it's very, very tough to kids that day looking to start spring practice, and they get an announcement from their coach that they're not going to be there. So it's a tough pill to swallow all the way around. That's never going to be a pretty situation.
No, and it's just like if you were to tell your spouse you want a divorce. I mean, if you say, well, you don't want to do it. Last Sunday it was Mother's Day. You know, you got your okay, and then the next week is one of the kids' birthdays. How you going to ruin that birthday? And then it's beginning of summer. You just going to ruin their whole summer? Well, then it's beginning of school. You're going to throw them off for school. There's never a good time for this. I get it.
Right.
But, boy, there has to be better times than right now.
Well, what I said is maybe the best time is after a season.
Yeah.
You know, when people go, okay, we just finished that, you know, maybe opportunities aren't available at that time too. You know, if you were going to move on, if they were contacted by a school, maybe back in the fall, this job wasn't open. Maybe this job opened up, and then he took a shot at it.
I hear you. I hear all that. Now, here's the one thing I'll go back to. That again, I don't blame him for doing what's best for him and his family. That's what he wants to do. I'm not upset about it. I understand. Go for it. If I was a parent, I would be very upset about it because in this sense, he has been pretty active on social media and on the you know, what does Randy call it, the rubber chicken circuit, where you go around and eat rubber chicken and listen to somebody speak.
Right.
On the, you know, hey, we got to get these kids to buy in. We got to get this to do. We got to get this and I need this. And then when you up and leave in the middle of the night, you're like, hey, wait a minute. You told me to buy in. I wasn't bought in. And now when you got me to buy in, then you're leaving. Hey. And so, but again, I'm not mad at him. I don't know him. I'm not mad at him in the least. I'm happy for him to do what he wants to do. I'm just telling you, if I'm looking at this through the eyes of a parent.
All we're doing is explaining the lay of the land.
Yeah.
And this would be at any school. You know, that had a coach that really had gotten out there and promoted, and he did do a great job promoting the program.
Here's the other side of it, Brett. Fans of BRHS are going to be just like fans of Auburn when Gus Malzahn left, even though everybody was basically showing him the door. When he left, everybody goes, well, I can't believe you know, that you're going to take a buyout and leave. Of course he is. Yeah, he's going to do what's best for him.
Right.
And you wanted him gone. And so fans are going to react this way because nobody can believe there's somewhere better than where that guy is right now.
Yeah, right.
But the truth of the matter is that if you're a doctor in LA City and somebody in Orlando, a hospital in Orlando calls you and says, we will pay you $300,000 more per year and pay your moving expenses to get your bad self over here. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to leave.
So that's the lay of the land, no doubt about it. We appreciate the call, and we'd love to hear from you if you'd like to add something to it, 256-234-6221 to be part of the program. We're up against our first break. Stay tuned. More Sports Blitz Live right after this.
Farmers and Merchants Bank of Dadeville is building a foundation of strength and trust in the entire Lake Martin community. With our modern branch in Dadeville and caring, attentive staff, we've established Farmers and Merchants Bank as a reliable friend to your banking needs. Whether it's just a savings or checking account or any commercial, auto, or real estate loan, Farmers has local decision-making to build a relationship with you and your needs. Farmers and Merchants Community Bank. Strength, service, community.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Skag, the toughest name in lawnmowers. Unmatched quality and performance for over 3 decades. The clear choice, the best mower money can buy for work or at home. Top lawn care professionals and discerning homeowners know that Skag means productivity and reliability. Every Skag mower is proudly built right here in the USA. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best. Skag.
Satterfield Outdoor Living on Highway 280 in Alex City.
You want the best opportunity to be successful in life. You deserve that opportunity. Well, you just happens to be in our motto. Central to you, central to your success. Your future is right now. Don't wait. Make your dreams a reality by enrolling at Central Alabama Community College. Register today at cacc.edu.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live, presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill.
We think.
Sunshine, heat, and air. I think we're back. Anyway, let's go back to the phone lines, Luke.
Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I got to change my TV.
Okay.
Cable gave me a TV that ain't got no volume on it.
That's not good.
Unless you're
I
a
had to turn the
lip
channel to get it off. Oh, you don't care if I congratulate somebody?
I mean, go ahead.
My nephews, one of my nephew's daughter, they won the championship, and I think she's 10 years old.
Championship.
Which championship?
I want to congratulate Johnny Nolan, who was the coach of that team.
Oh, good deal.
What were they playing?
Softball.
Sir?
Softball.
They were playing softball?
I just took a stab.
Okay. I didn't know.
Hey, well, good job. We appreciate that. Congratulations.
Yeah, he was really coaching them.
That's good, brother. Well, we appreciate your call tonight.
Hey, can I ask you one more question?
You sure can.
Did I read y'all right?
Probably not.
The coach was leaving high school.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he's. Did you read our lips? Is that what you did? Because your TV don't have any sound.
We're going to have to start sign language in this thing. Look, the
well,
coach is out of here.
Yeah, he's gone.
The TV worker here. Yeah, he ain't been there but a year.
Yeah, he
absolutely.
And that's close, you know. I think high school football season begins August the 20th, August 20-something.
You're right.
Yeah, it's a thing. I mean, but you just got to persevere and move on is all you do.
Move on. It's a business.
Is that what happened to that spring game for in Montgomery?
Yeah, it's not going to happen now.
Yeah, I heard they canceled it.
Well, we appreciate it, brother. We got to roll, okay?
I'm going to leave you fellas alone.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. 256-234-6221. Love to hear from you. And
I love that. Won the championship.
That's all right.
Okay, I didn't know what, though.
I mean, well, good job. Hey, Johnny Nolan, man, he's the truest community
let me tell you
guy
something.
in the world.
If Johnny Nolan could coach football, if he could coach the BRHS
there's no doubt.
Wildcats,
he'd do it.
You talk about a lifer.
Oh, you didn't have to worry about anything.
He would live at the stadium.
He already does.
Year round.
His house is literally right through the woods from the stadium.
That is true.
So he's already there. So it's a perfect deal. But anyway, we'd love to hear from you. And again, the topic we started with was Coach Aubrey Blackwell will move on and take a job at Jackson Academy over in Jackson, Mississippi. But, no doubt it was a surprise for everybody, and no way to spin it from a standpoint of a kid being excited about starting spring that day, and instead they get news that their coach is going to move on somewhere else. So that there is no way to make that right in a kid's mind and a parent's mind. That's just the bottom line. So again, people make decisions. You got to live with decisions, and you're telling the people
I'm trying to tell the producer.
But you know we're live, though, don't you?
I know. I want to let our last caller know what we're saying. No,
okay.
No, our producer's trying to fix our screen where we can see ourselves, and without seeing ourselves, it's kind of like driving without a rearview mirror. You know what I mean?
There's no doubt. No doubt. So,
but anyway, Brett, Patrick Judkins had a good comment. He said there was a lot of passion in that call before the first call we got.
There was some passion in that last call too.
But the call before, all of a sudden it hit a little different because I have 4 children, and if a coach did that, I'm going to tell you, I'm not telling you Coach Blackwell is a bad person. I'm not saying that at all.
No, absolutely not.
But this is a bad situation, and it was made worse by the way it was handled. Now, it doesn't make him bad. I wish him the best.
Right.
And I think had he stayed here, things would have been good because I think he's a good coach.
Yes.
But it's very difficult to live something like this down, at least in this community.
No,
he doesn't even have to live it down because he's going to be in Jackson, Mississippi.
Well, right. This is in the rearview mirror for him.
Yeah.
The pieces have to be picked up by all of us that are left behind, and that's what the administration and the committee will do starting now. I mean, the applications are open, and I'm already looking forward to who our next coach will be at Benjamin Russell. So again, the timing not so good on this. There won't be a spring practice because of this, but Benjamin Russell will have extra fall practice, and they'll get to start earlier. So they're not going to get slighted. They're going to get the kids, but I do think our kids need to stay in some type of routine throughout the end of school, and then the summer program will start. And I think the process, they're going to try to have interviews as quick as possible.
The other problem is when you're a new coach and let's say you come on right after the season, then you have time to get to know the kids at school. You get to know a little bit about them, know about the family life, know likes and dislikes, who's this, who fits your system. Our guy's going to come in, whoever this is,
right,
and he's not going to know nothing.
I'm not going to name the school because I'm not going to name any person or anything. But there's a school that we've covered this year, which that pretty much is all of them. So take your guess at which one I'm talking about. That has not won in a long time, and in the last couple of years, man, they have flipped it on a dime, and they are winning. And it's a place where some people said you never can win there. You're not going to win there. And this guy has taken this program to new heights. And if I were to name the program, you'd go, okay, yeah, you're exactly right. What I'm meaning by that is their programs, when you get the right person in place and the right buy-in and the right philosophy. Hey, I'll go back to the Fife documentary, and Coach Benefield up there talks about it on our documentary. Fife was winning, but they'd get in the playoffs and hit the same wall. And it was year after year after year after year. And he said, we can continue to do this, or I can take a chance and I can change some things, and we try to get over the hump. Because we're winning a lot of football games, but we're not winning the ones that we need to when it matters. He changed his philosophy. People bought in. They started winning state championship after state championship after state championship. If he doesn't make that change, they're probably still losing in the second and third round. And Fife's winning a boatload of games, but they got nothing in their trophy case. So sometimes you have to make a change when you go, this is working. Hey, I'm going to use another example real quick. And I saw this, Luke. This is kind of eye-opening. In 1999, Elon Musk had $22 million. That's what he was worth. In 2022, he's worth $380 billion. All right? Most people with $22 million would think they have the world by the tail. I ain't doing nothing else. I'm going to the Caribbean. I'm buying a yacht. I got all the money I need. An ambitious person goes, I got $22 million. What would it be like if I had $44 million? What would it be like if I had $100 million? And all of a sudden, a guy from 1999 to 2022, in the matter of 24 years, had amassed $380 billion. It's all about, are you content with where you are? or do you want more and want to get better? And a lot of people, I'm telling you, if you gave them $22 million, would not be motivated to do pretty much anything. They would go, I don't need nothing else. But an ambitious-minded guy like Elon Musk goes, $22 million is nice, but I want to make $100 million. I want to make $1 billion. I want to be $2 billion. I want to be the richest guy in the world. And I know that's an outlier perspective, but it really opened my eyes because I started working in 1999. And it's just, you look at the course of 24 years, and you make decisions, you make investments and stuff like that, man, it's amazing that a guy with his vision, and look, there's no telling how many stories are out there of guys that have, $4, $5, $6 million, and they go, man, I'm good. I'm going to live and do my life how I want to do it. But you can be content with where you are, or you can turn around and go, I can have even more if I do this. So that's the Paul Benefield deal. He decided, I don't like just going 9-3 every year. I want to win a state championship. Then they get to a state championship, they lose, then they change their philosophy, they go, the next year they win it. Then they win another one, they win another one. So you never know when the next guy is going to be the guy that meshes. I didn't know Phil Lazenby from Adams House Cat. When he comes in after Steve Savarese had been here for 12 years, Steve Savarese had amassed all these wins. Steve Savarese leaves, and everybody goes, man, we've known nothing but Coach Sav for the entire late 80s, early 90s, all the way through the 90s. Phil Lazenby comes in, and he goes to 2 state championship games in 4 years and has the best winning percentage in 4 years of any coach in school history. You just never know, Luke. You never know when the next guy is going to be the guy to take you to the next level. So we're up against another break. Stay tuned. More Sports Blitz Live right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, their compact equipment provider.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
You want the best opportunity to be successful in life. You deserve that opportunity. Well, you just happens to be in our motto, central to you, central to your success. Your future is right now. Don't wait. Make your dreams a reality by enrolling at Central Alabama Community College. Register today at cacc.edu.
Alex City Internal Medicine and Nephrology and Weight Loss Center provides optimum care for the whole person. Dr. Dimo Popov specializes in the prevention and diagnosis of high blood pressure, kidney disease, diabetes, and acute and chronic conditions. Our weight loss clinic offers lipo shots and a guide to healthy weight loss. Alex City Internal Medicine and Nephrology and Weight Loss Center, where lifestyle changes are made.
When the Lake Martin area wants country, it turns to Kalijah Country 97.5. Lake Martin's best country.
Goes like 1 margarita, 2 margarita, 3 margarita shot. And if the house just keeps on winning, I got a wild card up my sleeve. I wish grandpa's never died.
Lake Martin's best country is on Kalijah Country 97.5.
Re-elect Richard LeGrand Sr., Lee County Commissioner, District 5. Why? Work with the Beauregard community with the EF4 tornado devastation to sort through debris, help restructure lives for the people that lost homes, establish Juneteenth as a paid holiday in Lee County. A playground at Lochapoka to include 4 acres with a playground, service, organized trash collection on Lochapoka roadsides. Whether you vote absentee ballot or you go to the polls, please re-elect yours truly, Richard LeGrand Sr., Lee County Commissioner, District 5. Paid for by friends of Richard LeGrand Sr.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live, presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air. Talked to my good friend Kevin Kill today. Sunshine Heating and Air, what a great business he has, and they'll take care of you, all your heating and air needs. You see the number right there on the screen. Give him a call today if you would like a new unit, those new Daikin units. He's the exclusive provider of those, and, man, they're phenomenal units. I want to say a couple more things about this, and we'll move on unless we get some more phone calls or comments or whatever. You know, exactly from a parent situation, when your coach leaves, it's hurtful. And for your kids, you hurt for your kids. Benjamin Russell's going to hire a new coach here in the next few weeks. That person's going to have to turn around and tell their team, probably after they've gone through a spring practice and they're getting ready to go into summer, that he's leaving them to come to Benjamin Russell. So then that school is going to have to turn around and do this in the summer with no coach. So this is a ball rolling down the hill effect. And the next guy, and if you want to know if Benjamin Russell's a good job, Benjamin Russell's about in the next 2.5 years going to be in a brand new high school and renovated facilities, which are already as good as most would even dream of having from a football standpoint. So if you're thinking that who's going to apply, who wants the job, there's going to be a lot that want it, because you're coming in to brand new facilities, a brand new school, and it's going to garner a lot of interest. So that's just a couple of different aspects to this, and that's part of the business. So I'm excited about the new school, and I know that people here in this community are excited about the new school, and I think it will be a definite positive aspect for people looking to relocate and move and all that kind of stuff. So, but anyway, if you've got a comment or question, give us a call, 256-234-6221. But we do want to tell Coach Blackwell that we wish him nothing but the best. Moving over there to Jackson Academy, I talked to Coach Blackwell yesterday, and he's got a great family. I told him I'll forever be grateful for what he did for my son in this senior class. My son and his class went through multiple coaches while they were in high school throughout the whole process. And so he brought some stability to them, and they had a phenomenal senior year. Of course, we all want to win more games, and nobody wants to win more than the coaches and the players, but they went out on a high. They won 3 of their last 5 games, and I watched how those coaches loved on those kids and what they did for them, and I'll always be grateful to him for what he did for Braden and all those guys in this senior class. So, we wish him nothing but the best. And then our new coach who will come in, whoever that will be, we're excited about what he'll do for the kids that are here in the program now, Luke. So, that's kind of where we leave it. But give us a call, 256-234-6221 to be part of the program. If you got some comments, Justin says, high school decision, relocation affect this?
I don't think so. Look, and again, to top off what you said, I do wish him the best. I think he's
absolutely
a good coach, and I think he's going to do well over there. It doesn't make it hurt any less for the kids here and all that. And it's a tough situation because sometimes people just change jobs. But I'm looking more big picture about, hey, what?
And when coaches change jobs, Luke, it's different than when me and you change a job. If you decide you wanted to move somewhere else, people go, okay, well, he moved to another company, and so be it. When a coach moves, they have usually hundreds of kids that and multiple coaches and families that they're tied with, and when they make a decision to move, it's a lot more dramatic, and that's just the nature of the beast.
You know, I can't help but be reminded of the Jordan Addison situation right now, the Blitnikoff winner at wide receiver at Pittsburgh, who is in the transfer portal, and, you know, Pittsburgh fans are going.
Where's he going, Alabama too?
Well, we don't know. But, I mean, that's a whole nother segment. But he's the Pittsburgh fans are going nuts, and how could you do this, and how could you do that? And I kind of get it. I get what they're saying. At the same time, I get what he's saying. And frankly, at this point, Brett, it's almost better for a player to go in the transfer portal like a Jordan Addison, because I'd be willing to bet even guys like us, let's say out of our core group of 5 or 6 guys, that if you asked us right, you know, in the middle of the day, out of nowhere, said, who won the Blitnikoff last year? Maybe 1 or 2 of us would know it if we thought about it for a second. Right. But see, now everybody knows Jordan Addison. And the reason they know him is because he went in the transfer portal, and it's a big deal. So what this makes me worry about is the more people are going to say, hey, I get more attention when I go in the transfer portal. I'm big here at wherever but when I go in the transfer portal, everybody knows my name. Everybody wants me.
So you're saying that some people would go into the transfer portal with no intention of transferring, but just going in there and then come back to their school?
And why couldn't they do that and just say,
they can.
I'm saying they go in the now, it's not going to work for the guy who doesn't play. It's not going to work for the guy who's not good.
No, of course not.
But for Jordan Addison, imagine what Bryce Young would have commanded had he not just said, I'm not doing this. I mean, Bryce Young's got bigger fish to fry, but he could have, if he had wanted to, gone in the transfer portal and said, somebody's going to give me a deal for about $5 million, and I'll be there. And guess who would have done it? Just about anybody that could. Anybody that could afford it would have figured it out. And so the Addison thing is interesting, though. I think it was all but done for USC for real, 100%. In fact, I was told last week by a very close source, Addison's not coming. He wants some stuff, to happen, and he thinks he's going to get it. Coming to Alabama. And he wants some things to happen that Alabama can't make happen. Like, they won't do that. You can do some things now, but some things you can't do. Some things in our state we can do, some things in other states you can do that we can't do, and vice versa. But it looked like, for all the world, he's going to end up at USC. My guess is what has happened recently. This is a total theory of mine. Nobody's told me anything. That this recent talk from the NCAA, which is all a bunch of sound and fury signifying nothing, but this talk they've gone on saying, we're going to find out who's abusing the spirit of this rule and blah, 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 and we're going to crack down. My guess is that has sort of made everybody take a step back a little bit, and my guess is Jordan Addison is like, okay, now I've really got to start looking around a little bit. That's my guess. That's totally a guess.
I think it's naive of everybody to not think from day one in this transfer portal thing, once the NIL deal was released, that people were doing this. And I think it's also naive, like Jimbo Fisher, which he knew, but he wanted to act like this was breaking news, that a kid might call another kid from a school and try to entice them to come to their school. Sure. I mean, are you that stupid to think? That's the first thing I thought of, Luke. When I started looking at the landscape of NIL and transfer portal, I thought, man, this just makes it legal for Joe to call Bill from one school to the next and say, hey, man, you're a good player, and we need a good receiver, and we're going to compete for a national championship next year, and you can be on a national championship team instead of a 5-7 team in a mid-major conference.
And who
do you want to come play for us?
And Brett, part of me goes, yeah, I would do that. I mean, I would, if I'm Jordan Addison, would I rather be at Pittsburgh or would I rather be at Alabama, Texas, or USC, where the spotlight is on? Name a game any of us watched with Pittsburgh in it last year.
I didn't watch one.
So, but I'm saying when USC is on,
well, Alabama's going to be on every week
on CBS,
and CBS and national TV.
So, I'm saying his exposure.
That's exactly why this rule, like you said. I mean, everybody thought anybody that really did their research should have seen that the rich are only going to get richer.
And that's exactly what's happening. And so now here's the problem. The NCAA and all their infinite wisdom and cowardice, when everybody came down with the decision, y'all can't do this. Y'all are acting – you are a company, And you've got to be able to – these kids, you can't just hold them prisoner. You're making money off of them. They're free labor. Right. You have to do something. And so they said, okay, well, we don't know what to do. It's Wild West, everybody. So it's Wild West now.
Right.
Now it's out there. And the states have decided – the various states have decided the way they want to do it, right? So now the NCAA is going to crack down and say, okay, that what they've come out and said – we're going to start enforcing these rules by the spirit of which we intended, and we're going to retroactively punish you. How on God's green earth are you going to do that, Brett? You can't say, all right, the speed limit is 65, and then everybody's going, okay, everybody's like, going 68, which is, that's cushion. And then you say, no, I'm sorry, the speed limit's actually 50, and if we got you on camera going 68 a couple of weeks ago, we're going to get you. That is stupid.
Well,
it makes no sense.
Do you expect anything else other than something stupid like that from the NCAA?
No, I don't.
I don't expect that actually is a perfect form of what they do.
And Brett, I will go. Here's my thing. What I've learned a lot of times, when we get mad about something, talk about the Blackwell situation again if you want to. Like, people can be mad. I understand parents being mad and their kids left a little high and dry, and it's a bad look. No other way to say it. But all you can do is say, okay, right now we're starting to change. Quit worrying about all that stuff. It sucks and it hurts. But right now is where we start. And I think the NCAA should say, okay, here's the deal, guys. There's some places out there, and I mean everybody points to Texas A&M, whether A&M likes it or not, everybody points to them, that are really abusing the spirit of this law. Now, in A&M's defense, it's very ambiguous. You don't really know what this NIL stuff is.
To me, that's why Jimbo Fisher's so defensive.
Agreed. But in his defense, I'm saying his moral compass may not be where everybody else's is. And who's that for us to judge when there is no real rule out there to understand? So if I'm the NCAA, I say, okay, guys, here's the deal. Starting today, Tuesday the 10th, we're going to cut this out. All the stuff you've already done, fine. But we're going to figure out a new set of rules, and if you don't want to play by these rules, don't play in our organization. Right. Now, what might happen is the Alabama's, A&M's, USC's, Ohio State's may see, we don't want to be in your organization, and then they'll have a problem.
Well, that may happen, and I think we've all foreseen that coming at some point in time with Power 5 schools. I mean, let's just be honest. We've been talking about that for 10 years on our program. And so it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when that happens and the split comes. So I think when we've talked about this, and I know we got to get out to a break, but we've talked about this till we're blue in the face, Luke. The NCAA and the colleges had the power all along to police the way things are, and they could say, look, this is how we're going to play, and if you don't like this and you don't want this opportunity, go do something else. Go form a league or do something like that. And I think that's the only way you can do it. But now, as you mentioned, the toothpaste is out of the tube, and you can't put it back in the tube. And so now you got to deal with, the 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle that you took and just slung up in the air, and all the pieces are scattered everywhere. And now you just got to go not only put the puzzle together, but you got to figure out where all the pieces went because they flew everywhere. And you got to rein all that back in. We use the fence with 1,000 cows. Tear the fence down, and now the cows are just roaming out in the woods and everywhere else. And now you got to go back out and wrangle everything and bring them back in.
It's a disaster. And the problem is, even as an Alabama fan, look, I'll tell you this. I would love Jordan Addison to come to Alabama. Bryce Young, the Heisman winner, throw into the Biletnikoff winner with a guy that I think will win the Doak Walker in the backfield. Yeah, I want that. I want that on my team. But long term, for the good of football, I think it's good that Pittsburgh has a Biletnikoff winner every now and again. I think that is good. I'm not on the page of give Mississippi State. We'll get to the Mike Leach Kentucky Derby analogy in a minute. I'm not to the point of allowing 80-1 shot play for a national championship, but I am to the point of, hey, I think it's fine that some of the players are distributed a little more evenly. And I also think it's very unfair to Pitt that they developed this young man. They spotted him. They gave him the scholarship. They developed him.
And he
gets
good.
And he bails. And he goes, pew.
And he bails.
But, again, that's the world we live in.
No, it is. That is what we live. That is the deal that we have to accept now. Up against the break. Stay tuned. More Sports Blitz Live right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
You already know the power and reliability of a Mahindra tractor. Get ready to meet their ATV and UTV lines. Haul more and tow more. Do more. Reaching speeds up to 60 miles an hour. Models have a 12-inch ground clearance and the ability to haul up to 1,200 pounds. There's a Mahindra utility vehicle and a model specifically to get the job done. Test drive today at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor. Serving Tallapoosa, Coosa, Clay, and Talladega counties. 256-392-3613.
Hi, I'm Scott Blake.
I'm Angie Richardson, and we are the loan team here at Movement Mortgage.
Whether you're a first-time home buyer or you've gone through the process before,
Our mission is to help you move forward with the purchase of your future plans. Call me at 256-397-2771.
or call me at 256-794-1003.
Scott Blake, NMLS number 527945. Angie Richardson, NMLS number 216556. Movement Mortgage supports equal housing opportunity, NMLS number 39179. For licensing information, please visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
Castelluccio Fine Italian Dining in downtown Alexander City is rapidly becoming the region's standard for Italian cuisine, as well as hand-cut filet mignon, fresh Gulf seafood, and the area's best Italian import wine selection. We offer true old-world charm with unmatched hospitality. Like Castelluccio Fine Dining on Facebook to keep up with daily lunch and dinner specials. Also new, we offer catering for your family and small business, so call and order. Castelluccio, downtown Alexander City, where the only thing that rivals the flavor is the dining experience.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live, presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill. And Sunshine Heating and Air. Luke, let's go back to the phone lines, and I think we have Morris on the phone with us. Morris, welcome in, buddy.
Hey, good to see y'all tonight and hear y'all. I don't want to start out with too many compliments, but you two guys, I watch all of y'all, and all of y'all are really good. But for some reason, Brett and Luke, y'all really know how to debate really good. I mean, when y'all disagree a little bit on stuff, so I really enjoy y'all. But I wanted to touch on what Luke was saying, because I actually today watched an attorney, and I don't know what program it was on, but and I think he must be a sports attorney, but he was talking about this NCAA thing, about how now all of a sudden they're going to get on board and they're going to enforce the rules, and this is what he says is going to happen, and I believe it. He said they're going to pick a school. He didn't say a bunch of them are going to pick a school to make an example out of it, and they're going to file a lawsuit on them, which would slow things down, and he said it will actually take years in court, you know, the way the court system's backed up. But I think that's, you know, there's got to be somebody that should police the NCAA. Now, that's just my opinion on that. I don't know, you talking about a useless, and I understand that you know, sports needs to have some guidelines. I'm not against that, but the NCAA is the most unfairest people there is in the world, and y'all know that. They can pick and choose what rules they want to, and what's the penalty they're going to hand out, and this, that, and the other. But anyway, I appreciate y'all letting me run a little bit, and I'm going to hang up, and I'm going to listen to y'all on the TV.
Thank you, Morris. Hey, buddy. Thank you.
Let me
go
go off
ahead.
on a tangent here
Go
for
ahead.
a second, because first of all, I don't know that a lawsuit, or if anything, I think the lawsuit would go the other way. I think that if the NCAA tried to impose some sanctions on somebody at this point, I think the lawsuit would go the other way. I really do believe that, because they've left it up to the states for this. Secondly, here's the reason the NCAA, to me, has screwed this up so royally. All right, we know they've screwed up lately, but now we expect them to. I mean, they've been so bad. It's like going to a bad fast food restaurant in your hometown, and we know we all have them. We got one here, I ain't naming it. We got a couple here, I ain't naming them. But when you go to it and they screw up your order, and you're like, I knew it. I finally got to the point, Brett, when I was 10 years old, I told my mom, and she was going to one of, I won't say the name, but she was go there, and she's going to get you dinner from here. I said, Mom, when you go there, I want 2 hamburgers. Tell them nothing on it. Tell them meat and bun. That's it. And she goes, but you like this? And I said, I know. But if I tell them to put ketchup, they'll put mustard. If I tell them to put mustard, they'll put a pickle. If they tell them to put pickles, they'll put onions. They will not do it right if I don't say bun, meat,
Do you think
bun.
there's some people at fast food restaurants that intentionally do that on purpose?
Oh, God, there's no doubt. But
They're
if
like,
you tell
you want a little ketchup on
if you
that?
tell them
How
meat,
about some Tabasco?
If you tell them meat, bun, and that's it, you can't. I'm like, and then I'll screw it up myself when I get home. But anyway, this is where I think they really screwed up. That they got on their hoity-toity high horse for so long about, well, it's the student athlete. You know, they should have looked around and read the room and gone, you know, these guys, college is to better somebody for their career path, for their life, to allow them to make money or to have fulfillment, right?
Right.
Now, the fulfillment part doesn't mean quite as much anymore as it used to. Everybody used to look for enlightenment, and I think now they look for money and then enlightenment. So, because you got to have it. So I think if I were the NCAA back in the, 1980s, 1990s, I would have looked around and gone, man, we are sitting on a pot of gold, y'all. So instead of making all these athletes mad all the time and giving them a reason to want to protest us and get mad at us, why don't we say to them this? For instance, I'm going to pick Jabari Smith out of the hat for this one. Somebody like a Jabari Smith, he has no rhyme or reason to have to go to school. He is an NBA basketball player day one. He's been one for a while. So why, when he goes to Auburn, can't he take classes like, why should he have to take English? Why can't he take public speaking and take financial management, like easy financial management, like Dave Ramsey basic stuff? And why can't he take coaching basketball? Not in a joking manner, but in a real manner of like, I'm going to learn some different sets.
real world class.
Because that's what he's going to deal with. See, he doesn't need to take
18th century English.
He doesn't need to take math unless it's counting dollar bills, y'all. That's all he needs to take.
Right.
He doesn't need to take classes that make him a well-rounded human being because he can bounce a well-rounded ball really well. So let him go do his thing. And then here's the deal. NCAA say, you know what, we'll leave this up to the colleges, but if they determine that if you leave early for basket and you don't get or football or whatever, and you don't get your degree, you can come back on that same scholarship. And it doesn't count against the numbers that year or whatever. I don't understand why the NCAA couldn't grasp onto that and say, these kids are not going to – I hate it when the commercial – most of us will go pro in something other than sports. Yeah, but Jabari Smith's going to go pro in pro sports.
That's right.
Let him be a pro sports guy.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And the reason I'm laughing over here is, did you read Charles Barkley, what he said about taking music appreciation?
Yeah, he said, I appreciate that A they gave me.
He said, I appreciate taking music. That's all I got out of music.
And look, again, we've all taken a Crip course.
Right.
And my bet is Charles Barkley took a bunch of them. My bet is Cornelius Bennett did. My bet is all these and so what? Charles Barkley's got all the money he can manage. Why did he have to take music appreciation?
Right. Do you think that helped him in his career?
He needed to appreciate. The only music he should appreciate is that organ music when they go da na 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 na.
Right.
That's all he needed.
That's it. And it's the only thing you need to hear.
But they did not embrace the idea that if they embrace these kids and say, we're going to, instead of fighting y'all tooth and nail and making y'all stay in school and making you take classes you might fail and therefore might derail your path to your pro aspirations and screw you out of money, we're going to embrace that, and we're going to say, all right, here's the deal. Yes, you can't you can't be on campus and be a problem.
No.
But you can be on campus and we're going to teach you stuff that you need to know right now. And if you want to come back and take English from us, bring your back.
Okay, so we've got some quotes when we come back in the second hour. Anonymous coaches and admin from colleges on NIL. You want to hear some of these. Again, these are anonymous, but this is the true feel of some of these coaches and ADs out there and where we are in the landscape of NIL and transfer portal and all that good stuff. Coming back, second hour of Sports Blitz Live right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
You already know the power and reliability of a Mahindra tractor. Get ready to meet their ATV and UTV lines. Haul more and tow more. Do more. Reaching speeds up to 60 miles an hour. Models have a 12-inch ground clearance and the ability to haul up to 1,200 pounds. There's a Mahindra utility vehicle and a model specifically to get the job done. Test drive today at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor. Serving Tallapoosa, Coosa, Clay, and Talladega counties. 256-392-3613.
Hi, I'm Scott Blake.
I'm Angie Richardson, and we are the loan team here at Movement Mortgage.
Whether you're a first-time home buyer or you've gone through the process before,
Our mission is to help you move forward with the purchase of your future plans. Call me at 256-397-2771.
or call me at 256-794-1003.
Scott Blake, NMLS number 527945. Angie Richardson, NMLS number 216556. Movement Mortgage supports equal housing opportunity, NMLS number 39179. For licensing information, please visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
Castelluccio Fine Italian Dining in downtown Alexander City is rapidly becoming the region standard for Italian cuisine, as well as hand-cut filet mignon, fresh Gulf seafood, and the area's best Italian import wine selection. We offer true old-world charm with unmatched hospitality. Like Castelluccio Fine Dining on Facebook to keep up with daily lunch and dinner specials. Also new, we offer catering for your family and small business, so call and order. Castelluccio, downtown Alexander City, where the only thing that rivals the flavor is the dining experience.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
Welcome back, everyone. Hour number 2 here of Sports Blitz Live. Some great calls, some great comments there in hour number 1. We appreciate it. Give us a call, 256-234-6221 to be part of the program. NIL stuff, coaches and administrators from colleges. Good idea gone bad. This is what some of them had to say. Certainly the idea of NIL was not to recruit guys from other teams, induce them to come to their schools and pay them money or pay recruits on the front end. That's not what it's about, but that's what it has become. Again, I don't know what people thought this was going to do. One of the first things I thought of, Luke, when I knew this deal was coming, and for whoever this coach is to say, and I know he's probably saying the idea of this was to do this, but it's really in reality doing this. And he's right, whoever Anonymous is. I I'm all for players making money off their name, image, and likeness, but right now it's created a lot of unrest because we all feel like there's no rules, or the rules that are there are not being enforced. It creates a lot of jealousy. If you do nothing, you're going to fall behind. If you go too extreme, you may put yourself out there, be vulnerable to sanctions down the road, and that came from Ohio State's coach Ryan Day. That's not anonymous. That's what he said. This is one of the top programs in the country, and the coach saying that this thing's out of hand.
Well, meanwhile, they just got the number one recruit of the 2024 class to commit
quarterback.
Quarterback. So, I mean, they're playing the game. And, again, I'm not mad at them for playing
But
the
that's
game.
kind of what he's saying there. He's saying, if you do nothing, you're going to fall way behind. If you go to the extreme, like some of the stuff you and I were talking about earlier, you set yourself up to beat, like Moore said, maybe that example that they want to go out there and make of somebody. And nobody wants to be that college that gets busted out of the gate. I still think the original concept of NIL is a good one. We have completely screwed it up by not being out front and not having parameters. Nobody's on the same page. We've created a system now where we're out of it. We're completely on the outside. That's another anonymous coach. A Power 5 AD, donors cutting deals with student athletes. Probably in some instances you don't even know about it until it's been cut. None of that, in my opinion, is good.
All that's so very
This
true.
is the stuff that used to get you put on probation.
Well, and it certainly didn't go on to this level. I mean, it's much more of it now. Everybody says, well, this is always going on. Yeah, to some degree, I think some guys were getting their various amounts of money. But do I think every player was?
No.
And I think every player is to some extent. Now, I can tell you this. I mean, there are players out there who get Venmo'd $50 to do a 15-minute interview.
That's right.
And that doesn't sound like a lot, and it's not a lot. And I don't see the harm in it. But, then when people get upset when somebody makes $500,000, well, I mean, it's really just a numbers game. What's that old story where the guy goes, "Would you sleep with me for $100?" And then the lady goes, "No." And he goes, "Well, would you do it for me?" And she goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "Why are you asking? You think I'm some kind of prostitute?" He goes, "Well, we've determined you're a prostitute. We just need to negotiate the price." Do you see that? And that's the same thing. So it's. And you can't put a cap on it. If you're going to do it, you can't put a cap on it because nobody puts a cap on what Patrick Mahomes can make from Gatorade. Nobody puts a cap on that because you can't. Gatorade puts a cap on it. Right. They're like, we can only give you so much, but here's all the money we got.
Yeah, here's what we want.
And but you can't.
All right, so here's some more. Mid-major coach. This is a Power 5 basketball coach, anonymous. Mid-major coach had an agent call him. He wanted $200,000, 48 hours, or my guy is in the portal. This is a mid-major school, and this
can't afford it.
Can't afford it.
And that's what's about to happen. If people are getting upset, and I'm getting upset, but not upset to the point like I hear some people saying I'm not watching it anymore, blah, blah, blah. I think that's all about if you say you're not watching football anymore, it's because your football team's not good. If your baseball team was doing good in the same circumstance, you'd be like, yeah, this is great. I don't care.
Tennessee.
Yeah. Or Auburn with basketball. Their basketball nobody's saying they're quitting basketball. You don't think this has been worse than basketball. Yeah. So, I mean, don't get upset about football doing it now. But what's going to happen is these smaller schools are going to have to bow out. And so if you are really upset with the way things are going and you're like, I want to go back to the days where the kids were students and all, you're going to be able to find a group of schools that are going to be able to do that aren't competitive,
right,
that are about the academics, that have just given up on the whole NIL thing. But there's going to be another group that is all NIL, all money, and Alabama and Auburn are probably going to be a part of that group. And, I don't think it's going to.
All right, so listen to this scenario. This is a Power 5 AD talking about University of Miami. He said, right now it really is the wild, wild west. If you're Miami's coach, Jim Larinaga, and you're trying to coach that team, he said, with Isaiah Wong, whose NIL agent requested a new deal after Nigel Pack was paid more in NIL, you are really an NBA coach now. You haven't heard from Coach Larinaga. You haven't from the AD. And you haven't heard from the sport program administrator for men's basketball. The only person you've heard from is Miami booster and collective chief John Ruiz and his agent. I mean, Now you got guys on each team going, well, he's getting more than I got.
What? Not only that, what's to stop some booster coming up and saying, hey, I'm paying so-and-so to get it, and I need him to get some more touches. Well, coach is like, he's not as good as the other one.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm not paying the other one. I'm paying the one that gets touches.
That's what I'm saying.
And then he said, okay, well, I'm going to quit paying him. Then guess what? That guy that's not getting touches goes, hey, I'm a pretty good backup, and now I'm leaving in the middle of the season.
We've already seen this happening. We've already seen guys saying, my NIL deal's not working, so I'm getting out of here. Florida State guy walked off the practice field.
Just left.
In spring football. All right, if you put together a reasonable package for a kid when he gets there, right now most people would say the speed limit is 30 and you're going 40, but to call someone else and pay $2 million for a kid to leave that campus, that's like going 150.
Agreed.
Until they start enforcing the speed limit, there's no cops on the road.
How do you stop it? I go back to, if somebody can explain to me, how do you stop it? Because it's not Lincoln Riley calling Jordan Addison to say, get in the portal, we want you to come here and we'll pay you this much. It is probably the friend of somebody on the team, or somebody who's just on the team saying, hey, coach told me, wink, wink, that if I can go get a star wide receiver, wink, wink, to come here, you could make a bunch of money. What do you think about that? Oh, that'd be kind of fun. Do you think he's talking about me? I don't know. Wink, wink. Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't. And so how do you stop that? How do you stop two kids from talking?
All right, so you got Steve Sarkisian here and Brent Venables. And they're saying the best of a bad situation here. Everyone thinks it's all about money right now. Relationships still matter. I pride myself on being a relationship-based coach. I know dollars matter. 2, I'm not naive to that, but player development, connection to the players, knowing you're supporting them in every aspect of their lives still matters. That's Steve Sarkisian. Okay. That apparently isn't the case at Pittsburgh in the wide receiver that won the Blitnikoff Award. We just talked about all that. We talked about, Pittsburgh's the one that developed this kid, got him there. He won the award at Pitt. Now he's looking to go elsewhere. I think Steve Sarkisian he's saying I'm not naive, but I think he is. Because if somebody comes along now and has a better offer for a player on his team, that guy's going to leave, man. You're going to find out how much relationships matter. You really are.
The only way I can think of that you even stymie this is you go back to you must sit a year. Forget about grad transfer. I've always thought the idea that a grad transfer can go where they want to is a bad idea anyway. Whatever it is, you have to sit a year, no matter the situation. That's the only way you stymie this, because then, you may get a booster say, hey, I want you to come, and he goes, well, I got to be there in 2 years. Click. You need them now. If you're going to pay money for them, you want them there now.
Right.
And I think that rule would be okay. I don't know if that's illegal. I think it'd be fine to say, hey, look, this would also put the albatross around the kid's neck in a sense where they have to decide a school based on where they really think they can go and be for 3 or 4 years. And I think kids right now, here's the problem, Brett. If you're a school like Kansas State and you happen to sign a diamond-in-the-rough 3-star that starts every game as a freshman, and he's a badass, and he had a growth spurt in the summer that nobody accounted for.
Right.
And
now he's
you have to recruit him twice. You recruit him that first time around where you actually –
and now you got to keep him.
Then you got to keep him, and now you don't recruit against Miami of Ohio, Oregon State.
Yeah.
You're recruiting against Alabama and Nick Saban and Ohio State and Ryan Day. You're not going to win those battles. They're going to beat you for him every single time.
Yeah, good point. Hey, more of this when we get back up against another break. Stay tuned. More Sports Blitz Live right after this.
A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
They say we live in an age of big data, where computers and fancy algorithms are supposed to know you best. But at Country Financial, we know helping you own your future requires, well, something much bigger. Contact your local Country Financial representative and start planning for your future with a personal touch.
Okay, somebody's not wearing their seatbelt.
I don't wear seatbelts. Might wrinkle my shirt.
That's okay. I'm sure they can iron it before the funeral.
What funeral?
Yours. Almost 70% of people who die in car crashes aren't wearing a seatbelt.
Okay. There. You happy?
Just happy to be alive.
Seatbelts. It's hard to live without them. Drive safe, Alabama. A message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
Life is a sequence of little successes. The story of my Southern Union success began the day I walked on campus, making new friends, mastering a new skill, reaching a personal goal, the encore performance, the first date, the internship, and now, soon, the dream job. That's the story of my Southern Union success. Register for classes and get ready to watch your Southern Union story come to life.
It's time to crank for bank. April 1st through July 4th, you'll be fishing Lake Martin for a chance to win big. With a $100 registration, you'll be fishing for $1 million from Big Fish Real Estate Group and Point Broadband, a 2022 Bass Cap Bass Boat from Russell Marine, 2022 Skeeter Bass Boat from Ashley Outdoors, a 2022 Chevy truck from Lake Martin Cabinetry and Allen Embry Premier Chevrolet, or catch a $1,500 tagged fish. Brought to you in part by Dunning Roofing, Lake Martin Tourism, Mortgage Pro, Fishing Chaos, and Lake Broadcasting. Visit Crank, the number 4 bank.com for details.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live here in hour number 2. Want to drop, and then I said Oklahoma's football coach Brent Venables had this to say. First of all, I think NIL is wonderful. He said, I took out student loans. I didn't have any income coming in from home. I paid those back until I was 38 years old. I know the value of having money, and I know the value players have in having money in their pocket. Players deserve that. Now, I mean, I don't think anybody's arguing with him on that. I think what Brent Venables is not understanding about the whole point is that it's gotten out of hand. Nobody in this, on our show, in our group, many I've heard on any other talk shows are saying that they don't think players should be given compensation. We all are saying they deserve some type of pay. Do they deserve $2, $3, $4 million? I don't know. I mean, what is extreme here? And so, and it has gotten out of control. You've gotten a lot of people that are in the business, that Ryan Day and top coaches at top programs saying, look, man, we got to get Nick Saban's come out and said this thing's not sustainable at its current pace. I mean,
again, in Nick Saban's defense, he said a while back, this ain't going to work, y'all. He basically said, this ain't going to work the way you think it is.
Right.
Meaning, I'm about to get y'all with this. See, when dumb people write rules to stop smart people, the smart people screw over the dumb people even more.
What was the thing that Randy and I talked about this a few months ago? In a certain amount of the wealth in the world belongs to just a small percentage of people. And there was a study done that said if you gave everybody an equal amount of money, by a certain amount of time, that 1% would still end up with all of it again, because it's just the law of averages and how people can't manage. Just going right off of what you said about stupid people writing rules to outsmart smart people. You're not going to do that.
Brett, here's what I don't understand at this point. You know what would make sense? If I were Bryce Young, you know what I'd do? I just open up an OnlyFans account, and I wouldn't be naked. I would just stand there with a football with my jersey on and say, who wants to donate? Because there are several women I'm talking about around from this area, and I'm not hating on them. I mean, do you. But that are on that website, and they're making a gazillion dollars, a bunch of money, because they are, most of them are beautiful, most of them are good looking, and they're like, hey, this is pretty easy way for me to make money.
Guys in, Timbuktu are sending $25, $50.
Left and right.
And it's just.
And there is a side of me that's old and crotchety going, that seems like it's sketchy. But then there's another part of me going, if they're good looking and they know it, and they're making life-changing generational money, what's wrong? What's the problem? And so I get the gray area everybody's talking about, and I hear what you're saying too, because I agree with you. You say, is a college football player, does it make you feel icky when you say somebody's going to get $2 million? It does, but then when I go, well, he's kind of worth whatever somebody's going to pay him.
No,
and
right. You're right.
Is Tom Brady worth $37.5 million per year to call a football game that we'd watch anyway? That's what he's about to make $375 million for 10 years, guaranteed.
Just talking.
To talk football.
And Fox locked him up. Because who
am I to say that a receiver isn't worth this? Or if you want to take your top off on the internet, go for it. I'm not judging you.
Yeah, you're getting yours, I guess.
You get yours. I mean, I wish, if I looked good.
Some people are talented at football. Some people are talented.
Let me tell you what's not going to go over well. If you and I get an OnlyFans account.
No.
It would be an OnlyFan. One OnlyFan. We got an OnlyFan.
That's exactly right. All right, so moving to horse racing, which we don't talk about very much, but this warrants a good, few minutes here on this program. Did you watch the Kentucky? Do you watch Kentucky Derby?
Okay, here let me give you there's a long story to this, but it was my mother-in-law's 75th birthday. So I pulled the Kentucky Derby up on my phone. And right before that, I thought to myself, I should just get on a website and put $10 down on a long shot for the hell of it. But I spent all my money on OnlyFans.
You didn't have $10.
I didn't have $10 left. But I said, okay. So we were at a restaurant in Birmingham, and I just put it on my phone. We all watched it. It was pretty amazing. But if there's anything you want to say about the race, go for it. But I'd like to get what Mike Leach said.
We're getting to Mike Leach.
Okay.
All right, so Rich Strike, the longest odds, the long shot, 80-1, he comes from behind and wins the Kentucky. I think this horse had everybody fooled the whole time. He went, oh, okay. Yeah, I've been sandbagging.
He was good.
Man, he came from the back of the field. It was like he did that on purpose. It's like, I'm going to let all of you get up there, and I'm about to show everybody who's the real guy. And he blew through that pack and won that race right there at the end. Only Dunrell in 1913 had a higher payout at $184.90. Rich Strike paid $163.60 with 4-1 favorite Epicenter and Zandon right there at the finishing right behind him. So they had it right. The favorites are right there at the front. They just had no idea that the one in the back was going to come and blow everybody out. All right, so now Mike Leach, of course, would somehow be tied into a quote from the Kentucky Derby, and this is what he said. He said that horse hadn't won all the races leading up, but he got its chance, and that's what happened. He said the horse winning the Kentucky Derby today is a good example of why an expanded college football playoff is needed. I think this is a little bit –
it's stupid.
It's just
no other way to say it.
Well, it's really apples to oranges.
Well, first of all, the Kentucky Derby is like
Akron's not going to win the college football national championship.
Mississippi State's not going to win it.
No.
Now, but that being said, let me go back to this. See, this is not a good example of why you should expand. This even empowers my argument to me. Nobody cares about horse racing until the Kentucky Derby. Nobody talks about it. Nobody watches it. If you go to a random horse track in the middle of nowhere, Ohio, there'll be snow on the thing, and there'll be some people out there announcing it, but nobody really cares except degenerate gamblers. That's it. So when we have the Kentucky Derby, we care about it because we love to watch 5 hours.
Because it's an event.
We like to watch 5 hours of people dressing up funky, wearing all these weird hats, and it gives everybody an excuse to pound a couple of mint juleps. Right? So, and then we watch the horse. Everybody bets on it. Nobody knows anything about any of it. And we all just throw money just for the heck of it. And then we forget about it again. That's the way this goes.
Unless you went ahead and bet on the long shot.
But, yeah, true. But college football, we care about week 2 and week 3 and week 4 and week 8. We care about them. They're fun. We keep up with it. Nobody knows if that horse was a 2-star. Nobody knows where that horse came from. Now, they might know about it now because there'll be a story.
Of course.
But the other side of this is, Mike Leach, nobody's arguing. His argument is, hey, if you put somebody like a Mississippi State at 6-6 in the college football, an expanded college football playoff, they could win it. Nobody's arguing that they couldn't. Of course they could get hot, just like Loyola of Chicago got hot. My argument is, did you deserve to be there? And if you didn't deserve to be there, what the heck are you doing there? I mean, you don't get to just flounder through the regular season and then go show up to the tournament and say, I'm ready to play as hard as everybody else now. That's crap.
Well, what it does is in all honesty, it diminishes the regular season.
Exactly.
I mean, you're really just going through the motions, and it doesn't matter if you win or lose. And if you knew everybody was going to get in.
So why even play your starting quarterback half the year? Just say, I'm saving him up for the end of it.
Well, that's true. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
And so if he wants horse racing, well, again, this is another reason why Mississippi State's going 6-6 every year with him. Quit worrying about horse racing.
That's what makes the loss at Auburn even worse.
Beat Arkansas.
From Brian Harsin, blowing them out, and then you get beat by this. You get beat by this idiot.
He was
over there betting. He was over there betting on a horse at halftime.
At halftime, he was Rich Strike.
He was.
And then he comes from back from behind.
He said, "Y'all just thought y'all was gonna win this thing. Watch out." I mean, pathetic.
I'm going to say this again. Mike Leach to me is a fun personality. I think he's great to listen to. He's good for
That's
sound
exactly
bites.
why Mississippi State hired him. They needed somebody to bring attention to their program.
It's not working.
Well, no, it's not, and they're not going to win consistently in this league because he doesn't run the football. And when you don't run the football in the SEC, you hang it up. You cannot throw the ball 63 times a game and expect to go 10-2. Or 11-1, and give yourself a chance to win. You're always going to be 500 at best. That's who you're going to be. Back in 2019, Leach argued the 14 playoff system made no sense. He said, and then in addition to that, there's other good teams out there, and the worst of it is they don't necessarily, a lot of these conferences are playing conference championship games. They don't even necessarily take the conference champion. That's even more, but if they did – 64, you could cut the regular season back to 10 games, and then somewhere in the middle, half of America's teams have a week off and are half for playing. Then the next week, the other half are off, and then you never have to play anybody that had an off week, and you didn't. He said, and then it starts to shake down at the end. Everybody's guaranteed 12 games. Everybody gets 12 games. So if somebody knows they're not going to make the 64, they start scheduling another 12 games. Because after the 10 – you make that an off week, and then they can schedule it up and get ready to play. So I'm just worn out.
I mean, that's all that so we can get Akron into the playoffs. No thanks, Mike. We got a pretty good setup. College football is the second most popular sport in this country behind the NFL. That's unquestioned. So, and he's trying. Again, this is where you get.
He's trying to give everybody a trophy. That's what it is.
This is
the
fix a problem that doesn't exist.
This is the rich in the world end up with all the money anyway. You can let all these teams in, but at the end of the day, the same ones are going to be there 90% of the time when the dust settles. All you've done is prolong and expand out what the inevitable is, in my opinion, in football. And I know basketball's different because basketball's a tournament sport, and it's different than football. But if you're allowing 64 college football teams into a playoff, then I think you've totally watered the whole thing down, and you've really done nothing other than prolong the inevitable. Well, now, every once in a while, Georgia may go out in the second round, or Alabama may get beat because they turn the ball over 4 or 5 times or whatever. And I know that might be fun to some people to say, look, okay, they're out and the teams are moving on. But in essence, that ain't going to work in football.
Another. I understand it's fun when to see the David beat Goliath, but even in a biblical sense, if Goliath had paid David 100 times, I'd bet on Goliath every time. Now David's gonna get him that one time with a slingshot.
He got it,
and then Goliath's gonna come back. And go, you ain't getting me with you want to come back with something.
Well,
bigger.
the good thing about it is David's shot was so good.
He
didn't get a chance.
But going back to this, see, and everybody goes, well, it works in the NFL. Number one, there are only 32 teams in the NFL. Number two, they're all pretty big markets. So, see, nobody's going to watch the playoff game. Can y'all all –
But Detroit still sucks, even though they're an NFL team that has millions of dollars.
You know why, Brett? I can get to that. But nobody's going to gather around saying, hey, everybody, Oregon State's about to play Akron. Y'all get around the fireplace. Can't wait to watch this one. They're going to call it off.
But we do watch Detroit on Thanksgiving.
But listen, if Detroit didn't play on Thanksgiving, we didn't know they had a team. But Detroit is a prime example of this, too, when I talk about And I don't.
They wonder why they play with those plain uniforms on Thanksgiving. They're like, well, they just go back. I said, no, they can't afford anything other than that.
Listen, when it comes to Detroit, that's a prime example of leadership, right?
Right.
And I don't know who's in charge of. I know the Ford family was for a while.
They don't either.
But if you look at look at the Steelers' leadership. Look at the
Patriots.
The Patriots' leadership. Those are programs that, they might have a dip, but for the most part, they're always in it.
Oh, yeah.
They're always in it.
Right.
And Detroit's never in it.
Ever.
They get first-round picks time and time and time again, early first-round picks, and they screw it up.
Matt Stafford goes from Detroit to immediately to L.A. and wins the Super Bowl. Goff goes to the Super Bowl and loses. They send him out to Detroit, and he
can't get arrested.
His career's gone.
Listen, they've had two of the most dominant players in NFL history, in Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders. They sent them both to early retirement.
They did. I know it.
So my point
Barry Sanders may be the best running back of all time.
So NFL is designed for parity. Detroit's never been to a Super Bowl. Cleveland's never been to a Super Bowl.
Atlanta wishes they'd never been to a Super Bowl.
Atlanta's been. It didn't work out too good. So the point is, the cream of the crop's always going to rise, and you can keep trying to make rules to stop them, but you're not going to stop them because they're smarter than you.
You're right.
So have a set of rules that everybody operates by and realize, hey, look, if Akron wants to play football, more power to Akron. Go Zips. But you know what? If you want to play, you aren't playing in the same sandbox as Alabama and Auburn. You're just not doing it. I don't care how many advantages we give you because, number one, Akron doesn't command the same respect. And it should be noted that college football was built on the backs of your Alabamas and Ohio States and your USCs. So it's okay if they get a little bit of leeway. Akron didn't build college football. You know what I mean? So
I don't know what they built.
So
I don't even know what a zip is.
I'm just saying.
It's a kangaroo. Huh?
Again, no. To me, it's sort of like it's a free country. If you think it's unfair, you ain't got to play.
That's right. I mean, that's kind of what we said about the NCAA a few segments ago. I think they missed the boat when they could have enforced some rules and said, look, this is what we're going to do. All of you want stuff, and I get all that. But these colleges are giving you the platform to play so you have an opportunity to go earn millions of dollars. We're not going to give you millions of dollars right now. You're going to get compensated for playing. And we do know the colleges are making money off you, but we're about to compensate you fairly for where you are in your career, and we're going to give you the transfer portal to boot, so you're not locked into a situation that's bad when you can have an out. But instead, they just, again, tear all the fences down and allow everything to run out of the fence into the woods, and now you go, oh, crap. Well, where's all the livestock? Well, they're all out there roaming around. We got to get them back in.
And it's so wild because – and I don't think we are surprised, but I guess we're surprised that it's actually happening. You know how sometimes when you're like, if this happens, that's going to happen. And then when it happens, you're like, oh, my God, that actually happened. Because you just can't when it happens in reality, it's so much scarier. But, like, absolute power corrupts absolutely, and the players seem to have absolute power right now, and they're young, and they're super rich. They're making money hand over fist, money they've never seen before. And so is it any wonder that they're looking around going, I'll transfer when I want to because I can. I'll play when I want. I'll leave. Can't.
I think that's what I think that is eventually, and I don't know. I mean, Nick Saban's in his 70s now anyway. I think that's eventually what Nick Saban says, I'm going to go to the house on because it's going to happen at Alabama like it's happened at other schools. Where you got a high-profile guy that goes, Coach, I'm just not coming this weekend because I've got something I got to fulfill. And he's going to go, well, I tell you what, you're not going to play for me doing that. And he goes, okay, that's fine. I'll go somewhere else. And when you that's one thing that I remember Nick Saban saying he didn't like about the NFL is because the coaches really don't have control.
That's right.
Because the coaches don't make near what the players make.
That's right.
And so that's what you're getting now. You got kids that are making a lot of money that have obligations to things that are paying them, and their schedule may conflict with what the coach wants. And when the coach says, no, I got to have you here on this Saturday, and the player goes, well, we didn't originally have this schedule on the Saturday, Coach. And he goes, I know, but I changed the schedule, and you need to be here. And he goes, well, I've already got prior engagements that I've got to, and he goes, well, you make a decision. And that guy goes, I'm going to make a decision.
Yeah, I've done did it. I'm going to the Multiverse of Madness. I've already bought the tickets.
Well, that's right. So that's what you deal with. And I think some of your older school coaches are going to say, I'm not going to deal with this.
We can all laugh about them, but we need the old school coaches. I mean, eventually, this is already trickling down, right? This is already trickling down. Brett, I remember how big a deal it used to be if somebody left one high school to play for another high school.
Now we're used
to it. It's happening so much now.
It's not a thing.
It's not even a thing. And it's just it goes back to what you say. It used to be there used to be a sense of loyalty. Now maybe there's not any money attached to that. I understand where some people would be coming from.
I wouldn't be shocked.
But at the same time, things like loyalty, they do mean something. They help you. They bring about nostalgia.
Right.
It's harder to look at somebody who just goes from place to place to place to place and look at them as the same kind of guy as you look at, say, even a Jerry Rice who played. I know he ended up playing for the Raiders. I think he played for one other team too. But we always think of Jerry Rice because he was in San Francisco for a long time.
49ers.
We always think of Brett Favre with the Packers for a long time.
Right.
Think
of Joe Montana with the 49ers, not the Chiefs.
Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl with the Broncos. I think the first
still think of the Colts
because he was there for a long time,
That's
and
right.
he would have stayed there. But I think the Colts weren't really ready to clear him with that neck.
That's right. And then he said, "I'm pretty good."
They had Andrew Luck.
That's right. So and then he hit the bricks too. So up against the break. Stay tuned. More Sports Blitz Live right after this.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Planting season is here, and the Potting Shed Garden Center is happy to give you professional landscaping advice when it comes to planting your shrubs and trees. Auburn's best kept secret will have it all this fall. Mums, pansies, pumpkins, and much more. All an array of colors and sizes, along with beautiful pots and containers, indoor plants, and a great selection of other gardening gifts. It's all at the Potting Shed Garden Shop, where natural elements reign supreme. Located on the corner of Moore's Mill and Society Hill Road in Auburn.
Now is the best time to sell your current home, as it's a seller's market, meaning that on average you can get up to 96% of your asking price. Who's the most aggressive and most experienced to help you sell your home?
Hi, I'm Rhonda Gaskins, broker Century 21 Lake Area Realty in the Lake Martin area. We are getting a 96% return on our listing price to sales price in this area. Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
GillsOpelika.info. Get pre-approved in minutes online at GillsOpelika.info for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Gills Auto Sales, 1430 Gateway Drive in Opelika.
Welcome back, everyone. Sports Blitz Live here. A couple segments left in tonight's show. I want to fast forward over here, talk a little bit about SEC baseball. Only a couple more series left for everybody. Auburn and Alabama on the diamond this weekend. It's big series. Auburn is 13-11 in conference play. Alabama is 10-14. So really, 3 games separate these two teams, and Alabama can look at this as an opportunity to jump right back in the middle of things in the West. And Auburn's looking at this at home with an Alabama team that's really only won one game in the last, 9? Something like that, 8 or whatever. And this is an opportunity for Auburn to jump up there and really kind of be in the number 2 spot in the West. So there's a lot on the line here. And Alabama's got a good baseball team. They've kind of hit a skid. Auburn just got off of 2 series, one on the road at Tennessee, Arkansas at home. They won 2 games out of those 2 series. You were hoping they could get at least 3. They only got 2, so they sit at 13-11 there with Texas A&M. LSU's 1 game better than them at 14-10, and now Arkansas sits at 16-8. On the flip side, Tennessee loses their first series of the year to Kentucky. They're 20-4 now in league play. 42-6, look a little bit more human-like now instead of impossible to beat. But only a couple series left for everybody. Alabama's got Auburn and Arkansas. Auburn has Alabama and Kentucky, and then the SEC tournament will be May the 24th through the 29th. So here we go. Auburn, Alabama on the diamond this weekend. So
yeah, I probably won't be paying much attention.
It wouldn't matter what it is, really baseball-wise. But anyway, I think you run down the SEC. You've got Tennessee still at number 1, Arkansas 4, LSU, Texas A&M, at 10, LSU 17, Auburn 20, and Vanderbilt back in the top 25 now at number 24. Still a strong league. A lot of teams. Mississippi State sitting down there at the bottom of the heap at 9-15.
They're probably not going to make Hoover.
In danger of not making Hoover. So Alabama really needs, and Ole Miss sitting at 10-14. Alabama could ill afford to get swept in this series. They're looking to try to win this series at Auburn. You flip over on the east side, Missouri is just morbid. They're 7-17. Kentucky at 9-15, and then South Carolina at 10-14. So it's crazy. SEC play almost done, about ready to start the SEC tournament May the 24th through the 29th. So looking forward to that.
The SEC softball tournament's going on right now.
Right.
Look and see who won that today. But
it started LSU and Mississippi State this morning. Then Auburn, Missouri was at 1:30. We have not checked. Actually, I'm sorry, that's tomorrow's action.
Tomorrow.
Tonight is South Carolina and A&M, and South Carolina's terrible. I mean, they are horrendously bad when you look at them. They only won 3 games in conference play, so just not a very good program right now. Baseball wise, going on, Auburn is up 11-4 over Troy, and that's in the 7th inning. That's at Troy. Alabama is in the top of the 9th against Jacksonville State, and they are mauling Jacksonville State 13-3.
So they need a win. I mean, that's
they going if they lose this one, 13-3 in the 9th.
Hey, don't put it past them.
But and then so Auburn and Alabama will add a win to their W column there in a midweek game as they get ready to take on each other this coming up weekend at Plainsman Park. As you mentioned, Tom Brady back with the Buccaneers, but once again has signed some type of massive deal with Fox Sports and saying that Brady has agreed to become the lead NFL analyst when he retires. Who knows when that'll be? Hey, I'm going to be there. I don't know when it'll be.
Just keep my seat warm. But look, this is a reason that everybody should respect Tom Brady. I'm pretty sure that the 37.5 is more than he's making as quarterback of the Bucs. Right. So he's going to take.
He just can't turn it loose yet, though.
He's going to take less money and continue to play football because he loves it so much. If you don't respect that, I give up. I mean, how many other people would do that? It's like
he's going to go out there and get hit in the head. Get hit in the head for less money than if he could just sit up there and talk about it.
This man's an American treasure.
Well, he just cannot get enough, and I'm glad he's back.
I dig it, man.
I'm glad he's back. Of course, I'm a Bucs fan, so everybody's like, well, the Bucks didn't have a really good draft. I'm like, yeah, we did. We got our draft before the draft started. So up against another break. We'll take this break, and we'll have one final segment coming your way right after this.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, 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 Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
At CNT Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs. Or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
LMG Ad Agency is the go-to vendor for all your digital and print marketing needs. We have in-house production for all projects, including graphic design, web design, social media marketing, videography, and print marketing. Our video production is up to industry standard with modern 4K cameras and drone capabilities. We pride ourselves in client-committed relationships, and every project is personalized to your needs. Visit lmgadagency.com for a free quote today. Let us tell your story.
For almost 10 years, there's been the go-to place for tires and automotive repair, Right Tire. Right Tire sells all makes of tires for anyone's vehicle and anyone's budget. And with Right Tire, you always get the right prompt service with the right price. Right Tire also can handle all of your bumper-to-bumper automotive needs with certified brake service, alignment, oil changes, tune-ups, and so much more. So when you want tires and automotive done right, see Right Tire on West Fort Williams in the heart of Sylacauga. Right work, right price, every time.
Life is a sequence of little successes. The story of my Southern Union success began the day I walked on campus, making new friends, mastering a new skill, reaching a personal goal, the encore performance, the first date, the internship, and now, soon, the dream job. That's the story of my Southern Union success. Register for classes and get ready to watch your Southern Union story come to life.
Become a member of the Superior family. Superior GMC Cadillac, Superior Hyundai, or Superior Automotive Pre-Owned. Between our 3 dealers in East Central Alabama, we offer the superior selection and service for any buyer's needs. All with the personal touch of being locally family-owned and operated. Check out any of our dealers online, or our 3 great lots in Anniston on Quintard, or our pre-owned superstore in Pell City, and join the Superior family of value.
The segment we've all been waiting for. Rank them. How we end the show. Hey, look, Billy Joel.
Wait, before you get
yesterday in 1949 was born. So.
Wow. All right. Well, let me tell you my Billy Joel story before we even get into rank them. It may take up the whole time.
Well,
so when I was
we ain't ranking nothing.
When I was a sophomore at Alabama, I had a great apartment, sort of close to campus. I just lucked into it, and there was a really good-looking girl above me that was a senior. But I was dating somebody at the time, and so she was always kind of flirtatious when she came down. One night, she went out and got hammered, and she comes back, and one of her friends knocked on my door and said, "Look, she's gone. Just try and help her out, look out for her, whatever." Well, she comes down and knocks on my door and says, "Look, I want you to come upstairs with me." I said, "I can't. I'm dating somebody. We got in a big fight. That's why she's not here, but I can't do that." And she kept saying, "Come on, nobody's going to tell nobody nothing." I said, "I can't." I said, "I'm not going to do it. I'd be so mad at myself and whatever."
Yeah, you was mad.
I'm saying, like, 2 hours later, ain't no doubt the girl upstairs is passed out now. 2 hours later, the girl I was dating called me and said, "I've just been thinking about it. We just got to break up." And I was so, Brett, I was like, why couldn't you have called me 2.5 hours ago? If you had called me 2.5 hours ago, and the reason I bring up Billy Joel is
Did you go knock on the door?
No, I'll never forget. the girl upstairs, she's the only girl I've ever known. Like, she loved her some Billy Joel. Like, there was always Billy Joel playing out of her apartment.
Even while she was upstairs.
Even when she was upstairs trying to hit on me. Tell her about it. And, I mean, I was like, whenever I think about Billy Joel, I think about her. Because I'm like, she was the Billy Joel lovingest person, and I didn't know anybody loved Billy Joel that much. I didn't know you could.
Well, she did, obviously.
Yeah.
All right, so let's rank them real quick since she reminds you of Billy Joel.
Go ahead.
Number one hits for Billy Joel: Uptown Girl, River of Dreams, We Didn't Start the Fire, An Innocent Man, and Tell Her About It. Now, he's got some really good songs other than those.
Oh, he's got a lot of
do you
songs
like
in all
Man?
those.
You like Piano Man?
Piano Man's good. What did we just sing about?
Yeah, we couldn't.
Heart attack.
You ought to know by now.
No, you ought to know by now. Oh, Moving Out. Moving Out's better than all those.
Okay, all right, so rank them. Uptown Girl, River of Dreams, We Didn't Start the Fire, An Innocent Man, Tell Her About It.
I'm going to go Uptown Girl, An Innocent Man. We Didn't Start the Fire is last because it's a ripoff.
What about River of Dreams is last?
Well, see, We Didn't Start the Fire is only a ripoff of REM. REM's Into the World as We Know It. It's a total ripoff and a bad one to me. River of Dreams is second to last because it's not good. And then whatever the third one was you said.
Wow. Uptown Girl, River of Dreams, Tell Her About It, Innocent Man.
Oh, okay. The other three are not bad.
Okay. Did we really rank that? I don't think anything.
We haven't ranked nothing yet.
All right, so one more. We got time for one more. Bono on this day in 1960, lead singer for U2. Are you a big U2 fan?
Yeah, I've been to a couple of U2 concerts.
Really?
Amazingly, yeah.
Okay. Pride, In the Name of Love. Okay.
Yeah, Pride's great.
All right. With or Without You.
With or Without You is great.
All right. Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For.
Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For.
Where the Streets Have No Name. Great song.
Yeah.
Beautiful Day.
Beautiful Day.
It's a beautiful. All right. Mysterious Ways. That's in mysterious ways.
I probably.
You're so right.
I probably would, if I could hear just one of them once, it'd be Mysterious Ways.
Okay.
But Where the Streets Have No Name, Still Hadn't Found What I'm Looking For.
In the Name of Love.
The rattle and hum version of Still Hadn't Found What I'm Looking For with the choir.
Yeah, right.
Really good.
With or Without You, too, man.
With or Without You's good, yeah. I saw U2 a couple years ago at the Rose Bowl. It was amazing.
Wow, I bet it was slammed, wasn't it?
Oh, it was great, yeah. The Rose Bowl still kind of sucks, but the view is awesome.
Yeah, and then you got U2 playing.
Yeah, and you got U2 playing is great.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, we're out of time. Okay. So, again, it's been a fun show. Appreciate everybody out there watching and listening. And, again, we'll be back with you for more Auburn Blitz this week. Saturday Sports Countdown Saturday, and we'll be back next Tuesday with more Sports Blitz Live. For Luke Robinson, I'm Brett Pritchard saying we've enjoyed it. We'll hope you have. See you next time.
You don't have to ask who, what, or why. Who's Diner is the go-to place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Conveniently located at the corner of Highway 22 and 280 in Alex City. Who's Diner offers the best meals and the best deals in town. Try our fresh, made-from-scratch pancakes, chicken salad, Philly cheesesteak, or the Who Burger. It doesn't get any better than who? Who's Diner, of course, on the corner of Highway 22 and 280. Who's hungry?
Fast, fresh, and friendly. That's the Allen Brew Market mission to our customers on the go. Allen Brew Markets of Talladega County fuel your vehicle and you with the best coffee, drinks, snacks, and food so you can get your day on the fast track. Allen Brew Markets are always convenient with Sylacauga locations on Main Avenue, Highway 280, and Old Birmingham Highway. Allen Brew Markets has everything for the family on the go, and we're always brewing up great specials. Fast, fresh, and friendly. Our guarantee to you.
So, you finally got the boat, ATV, or side-by-side of your dreams, huh? But make it yours with marine-grade audio that'll provide crisp, high-quality sound that's loud enough to be heard, whether you're cruising on the lake or hitting a mud hole. Come see Steve at the Car Stereo Shop in Auburn, so you'll be ready to crank up the volume. Whoa, but wait, you don't have to pull out of the water and trailer it to Auburn. The Car Stereo Shop can handle all of your work at any one of the Lake Martin marinas.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
At
At Russell Medical, our transitional care unit is a great alternative to nursing home care after a medical or surgical hospital stay. Transitional care increases strength and endurance through skilled nursing and therapy programs to promote a safe return home. Enjoy on-site therapy, private rooms, an activity center, and more. Call Russell Medical today to see if our transitional care unit is the right care for you.
Skag, the toughest name in lawnmowers. Unmatched quality and performance for over 3 decades. The clear choice, the best mower money can buy for work or at home. Top lawn care professionals and discerning homeowners know that Skag means productivity and reliability. Every Skag mower is proudly built right here in the USA. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best. Skag.
Satterfield Outdoor Living on Highway 280 in Alex City.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
They say we live in an age of big data, where computers and fancy algorithms are supposed to know you best. But at Country Financial, we know helping you own your future requires, well, something much bigger. Contact your local Country Financial representative and start planning for your future with a personal touch.
Hi, John. You have messages.
Not now, phone. I'm driving.
You know you want to text your friends.
Texting and driving is illegal. No distractions, period. People die that way. Eating, putting on makeup.
Scroll through your music?
Nope.
Your girlfriend just texted. She's bored.
Sorry, not worth dying for.
Good call. She seems a little clingy.
Don't text your life goodbye. Drive safe, Alabama. A message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
Are you looking for something really good for lunch? Are you tired of the same old fast food? Well, go to Buck's. Get a meat and 2 sides or a meat and 3 sides for the best deal in town. Buck's always serves up the best food, including fried chicken, wings, hamburger steaks, catfish, shrimp, and yes, of course, the famous Buck cheeseburger basket. And Buck's has dinner specials too. So if it's your turn to cook dinner, Buck's will be glad to do it for you. We appreciate your business and look forward to serving you.
Whoever you are, wherever you race, hit the track like a champion. The YZ250F and the YZ450F Monster Energy Yamaha Racing Editions. Only from Yamaha.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs.
WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA Weekly Show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
You don't have to ask who, what, or why. Who's Diner is the go-to place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Conveniently located at the corner of Highway 22 and 280 in Alex City, Who's Diner offers the best meals and the best deals in town. Try our fresh, made-from-scratch pancakes, chicken salad, Philly cheesesteak, or the Who Burger. It doesn't get any better than who? Who's Diner, of course, on the corner of Highway 22 and 280. Who's hungry?
Fast, fresh, and friendly. That's the Allen Brew Market mission to our customers on the go. Allen Brew Markets of Talladega County fuel your vehicle and you with the best coffee, drinks, snacks, and food, so you can get your day on the fast track. Allen Brew Markets are always convenient with Sylacauga locations on Main Avenue, Highway 280, and Old Birmingham Highway. Allen Brew Markets has everything for the family on the go, and we're always brewing up great specials. Fast, fresh, and friendly. Our guarantee to you.